Stop everything you're doing right now. What I'm about to show you is the most ruthless revenge game in WNBA history, and it just happened last night. Sophie Cunningham, 6 years with the Phoenix Mercury, countless memories, championship dreams, traded away in the offseason. Last night was her first time facing her former teammates, and what she did to them was absolutely devastating. But here's the kicker. The Fever were playing without Caitlin Clark, and somehow they still found a way to destroy Phoenix's playoff hopes. We're talking about a 4-point play that silenced an entire arena, clutched daggers when it mattered most, and a performance so cold-blooded it'll give you chills. By the end of this video, you're going to witness why former players facing their old teams creates the most electric basketball moments. And if you love revenge stories in sports, you absolutely need to see this evidence. Are you ready to see pure basketball theater? Because what happened in Indianapolis was absolutely insane. Before we get into the absolute chaos, smash that like button if you're ready for the most emotional basketball story you'll see today. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Sophie Cunningham was suiting up against the Phoenix Mercury, the team where she spent the first 6 years of her WNBA career. 6 years of blood, sweat, and tears in that Mercury uniform. Championship runs, playoff battles, everything. Then boom, off-season trade to Indiana. Just like that, she's gone. You know that had to hurt. Last night was her first time looking her former teammates in the eye as an enemy. The Mercury came into Indianapolis at 16-10, riding a 6-game losing streak against Indiana. With Caitlin Clark out injured, everyone thought Phoenix finally had their chance. They had no idea what Sophie Cunningham had planned for them. The Mercury came out blazing. They jumped to a 30-20 lead after the first quarter, looking like they were finally going to solve their Fever problem. Alyssa Thomas was already cooking with 8 points, and Kalia Copper was getting aggressive with 7 of her own. But here's where Aari McDonald started to make her mark. While Phoenix was having their way early, McDonald was quietly building something special. She knocked down shot after shot, showing no fear against her home state team. By halftime, this Arizona product had already dropped 17 points on just 1 missed shot. The Mercury thought they had control, but McDonald was about to flip this entire game on its head. Then came the second quarter, and this is where everything changed. If you're enjoying this breakdown so far, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because we're just getting started. The Mercury's ball security completely collapsed. They coughed up 8 turnovers in the quarter, and Thomas alone had 6 turnovers, completely uncharacteristic for a player of her caliber. The Fever smelled blood in the water and went on a devastating 12-0 run. McDonald was hitting everything now. Catch and shoot threes, drives to the basket, free throws, you name it. The Fever shot a scorching 47% from 3 in the first half. And many of those came on wide open looks created by Mercury mistakes. By halftime, Indiana had flipped a 10-point deficit into a 55-50 lead. McDonald was putting together a perfect shooting display, but Sophie Cunningham, she was still being patient, waiting for her moment. But let's pause and talk about Alyssa Thomas because this woman was putting together something absolutely incredible. Despite those costly turnovers, Thomas was grabbing rebounds over everyone. She ended up with a career-high 32 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. Every time it looked like Phoenix might fold, Thomas would make a tough shot or grab a crucial rebound to keep them alive. She was carrying this team on her back, but unfortunately, those 8 turnovers were just too costly in a game this tight. But little did Phoenix know, Sophie Cunningham was about to deliver the ultimate heartbreak in the fourth quarter. And here's where the story gets absolutely ruthless. Before we get to Sophie's ice-cold revenge, smash that share button because your friends need to see this. Sophie Cunningham had been relatively quiet for most of the game against her former team. You know she was feeling the pressure, the emotions, everything. But in the fourth quarter, when it mattered most, she turned into an absolute assassin. With 4 minutes left and the game hanging in the balance, Cunningham knocked down a corner three and drew the foul for a massive 4-point play. The crowd went silent. Her former teammates looked devastated, but she wasn't done. Then she dished a beautiful assist to Chloe Bibby for another three-pointer. The former Mercury star was absolutely cooking her old team when they needed stops the most. 9 points in the fourth quarter alone, 12 for the game. But it wasn't just the stats, it was the timing. Every time Phoenix tried to make a comeback, there was Sophie Cunningham hitting daggers in their hearts. 6 years of loyalty, and this is how she repaid their trade. With 6 minutes left, the Mercury were still fighting for their lives. Thomas hit a pump fake and won. Then Phoenix forced a turnover and fed Sammy Whitcomb for a corner three to cut it to 6. You thought they might complete the ultimate comeback against their former teammate. But then came the final dagger. Phoenix appeared to force another turnover, but Satu Sabali dropped the loose ball and Wei Cho was there to capitalize. Sophie Cunningham with a wide-open layup that essentially ended her former team's dreams. The ultimate revenge. The perfect ending to the most ruthless storyline. Sometimes the basketball gods write the perfect script, and last night Sophie Cunningham was the star of the show. Let's break down these absolutely insane numbers. But first, if this video has blown your mind so far, we're almost at 1,000 likes. Can we hit that milestone? Smash that like button right now. Aari McDonald, 27 points on just 11 shot attempts. That's 2.45 points per shot attempt. He was 10 for 10 from the free throw line and knocked down 3 of 4 three-pointers. Absolutely perfect offensive performance. But the story of the night was Sophie Cunningham's revenge masterpiece. 12 points might not seem like much, but 9 of them came in the clutch fourth quarter, including that soul-crushing 4-point play. Against her former team of 6 years, she delivered when it mattered most. Alyssa Thomas, 32 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, but those 8 turnovers were absolutely heartbreaking. Still, what a career night, even in defeat. This win moves Indiana to 15-12, and they're now just a game and a half behind Phoenix. For third place, Sophie's revenge game might have completely shifted the entire playoff picture. What an absolutely incredible game. Sophie Cunningham's revenge game for the ages. Aari McDonald's 27-point explosion. Thomas's career night. This is why we love WNBA basketball. The emotions, the storylines, the clutch performances. The Mercury will look to bounce back Friday against the Atlanta Dream, while Sophie and the Fever continue this incredible hot streak. If this video gave you chills, like it did for me, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe for more revenge game breakdowns and WNBA drama, and hit that notification bell so you never miss moments like this. Share this with any basketball fan who loves a good revenge story. Trust me, they'll thank you for it. Until next time, keep hooping, and remember, revenge is a dish best served cold.